Good morning. Happy Monday. I am going live today with Shelly Blanshei. She is the co-owner of T-Bar. And I see you there, Shelly, so all you have to do is request to join. And I'm super looking forward to this conversation. So, there she is.
We did it!
You did it! Hi, good morning.
Hi. Good morning.
So good to see you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing good, in spite of it all. I have an echo. Is that something I could do?
It might be the way your phone's positioned. It might be your microphone maybe is echoing off of something. We could always try reconnecting if it stays that way and is really distracting for you.
All right. It's
Is
okay.
it better?
I'll just hold it like this. I think that might be helpful.
Welcome. So those of you that are starting to join us, thanks for joining us today. And as Shelly kind of talks about herself and her business, feel free to ask questions because I know she would love to answer any questions that you guys have. So Shelly, tell us a little bit about you personally, and then a little bit about what you do professionally.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, thank you. This is a lot of fun. I just am so excited about makers and shakers and everything you guys are doing. So to be a part of it is quite an honor. So thank you. A little bit about myself. I am getting this back. Let's see what I can do about this.
You're getting the feedback still?
I am, yeah. Let me
I haven't had someone have it happen. So, are you holding your hand on the bottom of the phone?
No, I'm actually, whether I hold it or not hold it, I get it back.
Huh. Let's try, let me try exiting you out and have you come back in. Hopefully that won't mess anything up, but let's try that.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. Oh.
I just X'd her out and she was about to say something. Okay, so Shelly, if you're still there, hopefully you have the option to request to join back on. And if anybody's watching that has any tech skills, please let us know because we're kind of novices with this. Let's see. Sorry, you guys. Oh, there she is. Okay. Volume down on Shelly's phone. Okay.
Okay.
Is that any better?
Someone had said that to put on my earphones.
Yeah.
That helps a little bit.
Okay.
It's better.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Good to be here. Anyhow, so I grew up in the Bay Area, went to Chico State, went back to the Bay Area, started to raise our family and decided that we wanted to move back to Chico and raise our children in a small town. So, what I was always interested in doing was working with people. So before we came back to Chico and opened up Bidwell Perks, that's actually where I started. I'm still getting this back stuff. Hold on. I'm going to now try without the earphones.
And someone also said to turn your volume down, maybe?
Okay.
Oh, you're a busy lady. Got your phone ringing in the background?
Yeah, that's the office phone, but I'll just go. Technical difficulties here. Hold on.
I know people really are excited to hear what you have to say, so I think
I know.
we're just going to stick around.
I just want to get to work. Okay. That's a little better.
Okay, good.
Anyhow, so came back to Chico and we opened up Bidwell Perks in 1996. So a lot of people know, some people know that, some people don't, that we created Bidwell Perks, and it's been going since 1996, which I'm really proud of.
Yeah.
We sold it about 10 years ago or so, and the new owners have done an amazing job keeping it going. And then we opened T-Bar in 2004. So we're coming up on 16 years.
Wow.
So my passion has always been people. I really love having a crew that I can mentor and develop, and I really love working with guests and providing a service and just being there for the community. So that's always been something that's been really important to me. I grew up in a big Italian family. We have people over all the time. It's just kind of what I'm all about.
Yeah.
So that's always been my passion.
So did you envision yourself starting a restaurant? Was that something you kind of like had planned to do and ended up doing, or was it kind of like, oh hey, we have this idea, let's try this?
No, absolutely, truly not. When I went to school for recreation, I thought that I got a minor in management. I always thought that I'd run a health club or be in the recreation field. I never thought I'd run a restaurant. I worked in restaurants a little bit in college, but it wasn't something that was a passion for me. My husband at the time was very much wanting us to have a family business that could support us, that we could run ourselves. And so we started researching different types of businesses, and we came to Chico and looked at, what is it called? Play It Again Sports, that franchise, and that just wasn't my cup of tea. So I had a good friend who was involved in coffee, and she said, Shelly, you've got to really look into this. And it was perfect for me. It was a perfect match. It's like coffee shops are community gathering places where you can really be with people and provide a service. And so it was just awesome. I loved it. Bidwell Perk was a wonderful time in my life.
Yeah, I bet. It seems like, starting a business like that, there's so much that goes into it. And I just imagine that was kind of like your baby, right? You learned so much doing that business, and then starting T-Bar, it kind of, launched you into something different. I'm curious about kind of that transition point from Bidwell Perk to T-Bar. What was the process? Bidwell Perk's obviously a coffee shop. T-Bar, the focus is more tea, obviously, and the fusion, the food. So how did that kind of come about, like the vision of that and the implementation?
At the time, tea wasn't anything where it is now. So much coffee, every coffee shop has tea drinks now, and it just wasn't. We were really way before our time with T-Bar. But what the idea behind it was to take a traditional tea concept that a lot of people were doing, which were tea shops and places where you'd go and sit down and have like a high tea and whatnot. So we said, no, we want to break all the rules in tea. We want to make tea in all sorts of different ways. We want it to feel like a bar setting. So what really instigated that was just, here I go, was just really creating a new niche in the tea business. So not to have a beverage concept that also had the healthy food connected to it. So building your own wraps and bowls. But the idea really was to break all the rules in tea and to just provide a different experience with tea that's more contemporary and fun, maybe appeals to a broader audience, and not just the ladies with the red hats and the little teacups. we wanted to just have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. Well, it resonates with like all generations, not just, the purple, what is it? The Purple Hat Club.
Yeah.
But because every time I go in there, I see, girls my daughter's age, which she's in high school, all kinds, which, Shannon Roseanne says T-Bar is my favorite, which I'm sure everybody that's watching has gone and loves it. And
thank you.
I agree for sure. So one of the questions I've been asking people as we've been interviewing is how has COVID affected your business? And I imagine it's, been pretty extreme and I'm kind of curious about your process, you know, when the governor instituted the stay at home, kind of like what that looked like for you guys. Did you shut down completely? Did you pivot right away? So maybe you could talk a little bit about, you know, what's going on with you guys in the last couple months.
Well, one of the things that we learned through this process is one of the phrases we use a lot is stay the course. Just stay the course. And so when this first happened, we immediately gathered as a leadership team and we said, okay, how are we going to do this? We stayed open. We never closed. We never laid anybody off. I look back at that first week and I hardly remember it now. It was devastating. It was to go from, you know, running at all pistons, busy, just doing what we normally do, to absolutely a trickle, almost nothing, was just, I couldn't believe it. It was nothing I've ever experienced before. But we stayed open and we said, we're going to just adjust. And so I think also the word for 2020 is pivot. I mean, you hear it all the time. So being adaptable, having an open mind. So our first thing was, how can we be safe? How can our staff be safe? What do we need to do? I think in some areas we were slow to respond, in other areas we were really fast to respond. But this was like, this is what I say to my staff too. I go, well, we are pandemic rookies. We've never done this before. So let's have grace for each other and just do the best we can through this. But we just every day we made a different plan. We had meetings every day at 4:00 with our leadership group over the phone. And we said, okay, how did today go? What did you learn? What can we do different? What do we need to prepare for? We didn't anticipate the pressure on the supply chain and things that we could no longer get. Then we started to worry about what is the next thing that we won't be able to get and plan for that. So there was a lot of adjusting.
So when you mentioned supply chain, so are there things you've had to change in your menu? Yeah.
So, we couldn't get cucumbers. And cucumbers are on our bowls and in our wraps. So we switched the cucumbers out for edamame beans, and so far people have loved that. So we're happy about that.
Actually, that's funny because I was there a couple of weeks ago getting takeout, of course, and I was like, there's no cucumbers. And I saw edamame, and I was like, I figured that was the case. It was, I mean, all of us are having to, you know, make adjustments. And as a consumer too, it's like, you know, your expectations just have to be different now. It's like, you know, we can't expect things to be like they were before. So, yeah. So are you feeling, how are you feeling now about kind of where things are with the business? Is it still, you know, kind of that, you know, mode of like, intense action and change and pivot, or do you feel like you're kind of in a flow and things have kind of settled into kind of a new normal now?
Yeah, things have settled into a new normal. The only thing that is continuing to show itself on a daily basis is the supply chain issues. I think the thing that has been really great for T-Bar is that we were already we're set up to be a to-go business. We can pivot to being just to go. So that worked well for us. And as long as we stayed out in the community through Instagram and social media, letting people know we're here, we're curbside, we can deliver, we've kind of moved into this new flow. We've adjusted to it. But one of the things that did happen is all of our managers across the board didn't quite stay on top of, oh my gosh, I'm going through to-go containers, you know. So we came really close to running out, and we have to stock up. So those were the adjustments that you just make.
Yeah, that would be a little bit of a panic point.
Yeah.
Realizing, I mean, that would completely stop your flow of business, right?
Yeah.
So you guys that are watching, do you have any questions for Shelly? I'm sure she would love to answer them. I I know Shelly in a couple of capacities, but she's has a huge heart for mentoring small business owners and women, especially in business. And so we have Billy Sky, which is Lauren. She's asking, will you change the menu to adapt to what the farmers market offers if needed?
We might need to do that. What we've done is with the supply chain, we have an incredible relationship with S&S Produce. They've been great. So they've helped us to adapt. Our volume is so high that sometimes we're not able to get what we need. But yeah, we might have to change things up a little bit more as this continues.
Yeah. And Britton from Freebird Yoga is asking, what's the best delivery service for locals to use? Because she's heard that some charge excessive fees.
Yeah, I have to say that this is one of the things that's a blessing and a curse to our business. We, you know, when we look at our daily sales now, I mean, the business has just really changed. And so we're really trying to make up for our loss in that first month. And then I also want to just say that we're really grateful to being able to get the PPP, the payroll protection. Very thankful to Golden Valley Bank. They were incredible to help us get that. What was the original question? It was
delivery service.
Yeah. So, but what happens is, thank you, is they take quite a bit. So from our bottom line. So the best way, and I don't know if all businesses are this way in Chico, but the best way to order for most businesses is if you order through their own website. If people go into our website and they order delivery from our website, our percentages are lower as far as what DoorDash and Grub.
Oh.
So that's one thing. If you want to help business, go through the website. Don't go directly to the Grubhub or the DoorDash site. It's better for the business if you go through them.
Okay.
That's one thing. What I'm seeing is that DoorDash is the least expensive as far as to the consumer. Mm-hmm. And I'm not so sure. The commissions for us are up and down depending on the Grubhub or DoorDash.
Yeah. Okay. And Shannon wants to know, is your volume as high as it was pre-pandemic? I guess at this point, now that you've kind of pivoted.
Yeah, we pivoted, and we are now probably 5% off. Our business has come back, and we're doing well. Every day is a little bit different. We're not where we were, but we're a heck of a lot closer than we have been, which has been really nice to see. It might change this summer, and then we're also waiting for tomorrow when we get more information on being able to have the dine-in experience again and what that's going to mean to our business. So we're going to have another leadership and meetings and pivoting because the dining room is going to be half the capacity. We're looking at how can we make our patio awesome? What can we do to create an experience people get excited about, but still can be safe? We really start with safety of community, safety of our staff. How does all that look?
Yeah. And one more question here. Cece Go, which I forgot your first name. I'm sorry. She says, I love seeing you start your day. Could you share a bit on how you start your day, your routines that keep you focused?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think my saving grace for me is my exercise. I run in the park. I love to be outside. I come home. I have my morning routine of my yoga. And I would love to say that I meditate every day, but I don't. I want to. So I think the virtual meditation that Britton was talking about is something I might really enjoy. But So my day really, if I don't start out with exercise, I don't have as good of a day. I get up at 4 in the morning,
Oh my
and
gosh.
I spend my first couple hours journaling, doing things that I don't. I try not to work. I try to fill myself with what I enjoy and open up my mind to things, and then listen to a lot of podcasts,
What's
and
some of your favorite
kind of
podcasts?
how I take care of myself.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. So what are some of your favorite podcasts? I love podcasts.
I love podcasts. I just am back now listening to Katie Couric's podcast.
Okay.
I listened to an interview. I really want to share this because I think it's so awesome, especially if you're a business owner. I listened to an interview she had with our governor, and she was asking him questions about how he handles, the politics, and when people come at him about judgment and whatever. And he says, well, I have a choice to make every day. I could wake up in the morning with my fists clenched or with my palms open. Am I going to be closed off, or am I going to be open to looking at things in an open way, and being able to pivot and change and look for opportunities to find solutions? And that was a good visual for me, because there's been many mornings where I wake up with my fist clenched, like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do today? But if you open up and just are ready for what's to receive, how you can make things different and find solutions, it really makes a big difference.
I love that. And it's such a good visual too, because I mean, yeah, you can just feel yourself, even if you're not physically clenching, you can feel yourself doing that, just emotionally, mentally, and just to visually think about just releasing and I think that routine is so important too. The things that you talked about, meditation, which again, I'm not great at that kind of stuff, but I definitely listen to podcasts and books and try to, use things and taking walks and hikes and getting out in nature, taking those moments to kind of just refocus on what's important and, kind of guide your mind in a way.
Yeah. One of the things also too, this whole piece of connection with people. I mean, my work is connection with people, whether it's my staff or my guests. And now we have masks across our faces, and so how do we stay connected with our eyes and voice? And it's a lot to think about and to take in. Again, pivoting to how you can do it differently.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been asking everybody that's been on kind of what your outlook is for the future, kind of how you see your business kind of taking shape in the next, even 6 months, and kind of just what your perspective is for the future.
Yeah, prior to the pandemic, T-Bar was we were moving forward. We have a store being built right now in Reading. We have a site, but nothing happening to it right now in Berkeley. We were slated to be looking for and finding another location in Sacramento. So by the end of 2020, we'd have 2 more locations. By the end of 2021, maybe another few. We're looking at that differently now. So what's happening now, and how I see our business in the next 6 months, is that we are coming back inside ourselves. We're going to take care of the 4 stores that we have, which is also including the opening of the Reading store, and really look at our business in a different way, because I think that this is going to be around for a while. I don't think this is going to be gone in 6 months. I think we're looking at 1 to 2 years of a change in our in the way we run our business.
Yeah. So I was kind of starting to ask you earlier, just in regards to mentoring. Do you have any most pressing advice that you would give to small business owners or people during this time?
Yeah, I thought about that, and I am speaking from an experience of having a restaurant, which has very different than having a business where you are part of the phase 4, like the last to open, whether it's, you know, hair care or massage. I mean, that's hard. But I would say what first came to mind for me is stay the course, don't give up, figure out ways to look at your business in a different way. No absolutes, throw them out the window. Like, you know, if you say to yourself, I would never do, or I can't ever, throw those away. Be open to change and be open to looking at your business in a different way. Get ideas from people. This group is amazing because we really support each other, and we can help throw ideas out and say, what do you think about this? And then we can honestly talk about it and be supportive. So stay the course, stay in it, don't go away, fight hard, and do what you do great. If it's your passion and you love it, it's your purpose in life, it will take care of you.
Thank you so much. It's been lovely having you and seeing your face, and
Me too.
I really appreciate you and your wisdom, your insight, your willingness to give what you have. It's inspiring to me personally, and I really appreciate it, Shelly.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I thought about you today because I'm going to send you pictures. I was in the Reading store on Friday, and it's coming together. And Nicole helped me with some of my design, which I really appreciate. So I want to show you those pictures and share that with you.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great.
All right. Well, and thank you to everybody that's joined.
Thank you, everyone.
We really appreciate it.
This was fun.
Right.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Have a great
great
Monday
day.
and a great week.
Thanks, Shelly.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.